Oh, I love the suspense of this. What if he just like never looks at the last tile until he makes his play? Oh no,
Oh,
he just
oh.
he just yeah, okay. I I like the game he's playing here. So it's like I'm just gonna like flip this thing open. All right, so Geoff dodges an early bullet there by trading 3, keeping Lear,
For
not
internal.
giving him the E for internal.
He picks up more vowels.
Ugh. Yeah, it's always frustrating when you start out with like something that close and then
Mohammad Sulaiman also trades.
yeah,
Keeping AI and RT.
yeah.
I mean, maybe Geoff wants to trade again.
I mean, yeah, going up against the trade too, you certainly think about it. I mean, if you have a vowel heavy rack and your opponent trades 2, odds are they traded 2 consonants. So, giving them those vowels, not thrilled by the idea. But if nothing else, probably make sure you put the E in a spot that's not very usable. Of course, I mean, as we see here, it's not really gonna matter.
Yeah.
There's nothing Geoff can give Mohammad.
Well, if he gave the L.
Oh right, yeah, right of the
Oh,
vowel, right. Nothing that he's gonna do in any logical situation.
I suppose Mohammad's considering continuing to fish. FOE,
Yeah,
which opens up another line.
Yeah, it opens up another nice line. Keeps him committed to that train leave.
You retain the end hook.
Yeah.
It's not likely that you will use it, but
right. And given that,
it gets oil fired.
Oh,
but
yeah. Which I have to imagine Geoff would find, but looks like he's gonna opt for a bit more defense here.
Points as full. So
right, yeah.
he picks up SI, which
Ugh.
he Intarsia, but he just blocked himself.
Right. I suppose possible Geoff could maybe give him something here, but yeah, they're both doing pretty bad at drawing low point tiles at bingo, which I don't
think is pretty important in Scrabble.
Yeah, to those of you watching, I don't recommend the strategy that either of them is using to not draw bingos with high probability tiles. So if you can, I recommend not doing them. But hopefully, they will both change that strategy fairly soon.
Wow,
Jeez,
that's an interesting choice.
huh?
Oil, okay. Looked at something below AUE to get some score out of the board, but scoring very low scoring play.
Yeah, and to play it that fast, I mean, that's a move where I consider taking a little more time. I think so. I'm a bit confused by that play. Maybe there was a bit of frustration to it, perhaps, but
I mean, what would you have considered in that position?
Well, something underneath, right? Like,
Yeah, put the D there below OU and something
yeah,
parallel, like I'd or
yeah. I mean, I just want to. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe OLED even, because I mean, at least we know that, or like Geoff knows that Mohammed's probably keeping pretty good tiles. So
yeah.
it's okay to probably open that triple, or like he's probably not going to get hit by the X or something.
Well, OLED of course gives the hook, which
Yeah,
the S hook solid.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, he's still giving him SO or whatever here. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a strange play. Curious what the stream thinks would have been the right play here. If I wasn't lazy, I would quackle it, but I am lazy. Did he just he OI'd for 2? Oh my goodness. That is this is a hell of a game, guys. You're in for a thing.
Oh, look at Jeff
Oh my goodness.
It's like
like what on earth is going on? And of course Mohammad drew an R, so I mean, yeah. Ironically, Geoff could end up giving him the thing here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The funny thing about these positions is sometimes sometimes I am in these kind of positions, and what happens after I start playing off more tiles is I draw a bingo. So
Right, exactly, yeah.
when I start fishing, I always miss, and then
Yeah.
and then I decide, okay, we're just gonna play 5 tiles, and then get a bingo next turn.
Yeah.
Strange game. He can play Vide, I suppose, VIDE, which kills off.
Yeah.
AoE.
Yeah.
Of course, video is still possible, but
Right.
unlikely.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, you could just do. It looks like he has vid set up. If I recall correctly, Geoff plays upside down pretty frequently. Yeah.
Still doing that, yeah.
So, I mean, vid of course does set up the A hook in front on on both loud and vid. Of course, we know that. Yeah. So
the air.
yeah, I mean, I agree that playing Vide is better here. I think it's likely that in Geoff's mind, kind of the frustration of having already been so close, you don't want to give up the E. I think kind of a little bit like emotionally, because you don't want to end up in a situation where like you now have if only you had an E, you'd be able to bingo, and that can be like I think kind of emotionally a bit frustrating. But wow, it's a real barn burner. It was 34-17. Geoff had twice his score. That's amazing.
Mohammad continues his fish for the elusive E, but well, he misses it, but he gets something.
He did it. All right. Well, it looks like Mohammed's going to be the first person to bingo. So now that Geoff has a hook, it's just such a weird situation because your opponent's just dinking around with one tile. I suppose at this point you can deduce that he kept strain if you have the time and the like patience to realize that like fishing off an I and fishing off an R is probably only going to happen with that.
Well, you're probably also guessing that he has an A to play it and loud. Otherwise, I mean maybe a C for cloud, but front hooks of Royal.
Yeah. I'm sure, yeah, Geoff knows that, like, he's going to get bingoed on. So I think it's probably just a question of how do you minimize that? He could play him and moi, setting up an A hook. There aren't enough of those yet. But I'm not really being serious.
So I wonder whether playing Royal would have oh, he's playing Bream.
Bream is definitely a common, yeah.
Oh, yeah, quite a change of strategy in what he's doing. He's playing off all his E's.
Yeah.
So after keeping them, he's quite a fast play for.
Yeah, rations I assume is a slight mistake.
Well, I mean, he has a slight mistake compared to. I mean, he has like table ruins, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sound of a siren.
Yeah, you're somewhere on the street in New Orleans. See, he has, I guess, Hennings he's thinking about. I would definitely have thought about that too. I'm cheating and using Ziziva to find out if it's a word, and so I know the answer.
Yeah, I'm also cheating, but
I mean, Nair looks like a great play here.
Yeah, that's what I saw without cheating, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, for 5 points, I don't know. I would certainly challenge Hennings for 5 points. Geoff is just feels like he's rushing. Yeah, so that's gonna come off the board.
Yeah, Mohammad's not covering his tiles.
Well, I mean, it's like when he showed that tile earlier, the T. He's like that. He's playing mind games. I think Mob is just playing mind games with Geoff this game. It's really what it comes down to. Yeah, I'm really surprised by Geoff's play this game. I don't know if he feels rushed because Mohammad's got a lot more time than him, but
well, it's
if you take
it's still just 3 minutes.
Yeah,
still early, and I would have taken my time to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, he did the same thing with oil as well. Like, I don't know, I would take a sec to find Nair or look for a good alternative. Unless maybe he was just like 100% was. He must not have been because he also waited a solid 30 seconds to play it again. Yes, okay, he found Nair.
Mohammad is probably thinking about to make sure that I score and not open something for since he knows his full rack. Something to the R would score definitely, like Comper or
he has to depending upon what he plays. If he plays if he exposes the M, it opens a bingo. So that's actually what it turns out to be a good play on Mohammad's part.
Menching.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was the best play. Played it pretty quickly, but if nothing else, it accomplishes all the things that he needed.
He almost had Pombe, Pombe there, but no.
Oh yeah, that would be even better for sure.
And, OT is not in
yet. One day.
Yeah, one day everything will be in.
Exactly. So yeah, now it's frustrating. If you're Geoff, you really need to not rush here. Just take your time, because he's definitely flustered. But he's not he's not out yet. But having that 42-point play taken and being left with not a lot.
Yeah.
It looks like he wants. Is he going to blow up the rack and play Henning?
Play what? Sorry.
He's just going to play Henning. I haven't seen Geoff this flustered in a game ever, really, to be honest. I usually think of him as being very mild-mannered, even keel.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I suppose it's. Oh wow, that's fast from.
Yeah.
I mean, to give Mohammad credit, he's actually playing quite.
Yeah, I don't know. He's really made any? I mean, I guess rations might have been arguably a slight mistake, but like for the most part, he's making
playing fast
great
and
plays.
he's quite.
Yeah. Renai looks like an interesting spot for Geoff here. Maybe he can get the queue down for a bunch of points and then bingo. Or Mohammad will draw blank. This is gonna be tough. Yeah,
it's play to make now.
No, I don't think the score reflects spawns yet. Yeah, so he's actually down by quite a bit at the moment.
I mean, at this stage, it's maybe so. I mean, I would still be optimistic with my chances at this stage. Actually, if I were in Jeff's position, but of course, I don't really know what Mohammad has. But
right,
about the position, I think.
Yeah, I think the toughest thing in Jeff's shoes right now is like he's flustered, and you just gotta be able to take a deep breath. I know this is hard. I'm not the best at it myself often, but just especially when you make a mistake, it's so easy to be really hard on yourself. And I think that's probably what he's doing right now. But just
it's very easy for the commentators to just say a lot of things, but
right. No, that's why I'm saying like I would easily as agitated. So like I totally feel for him right now, and it's hard. He's not mad about bad luck. He's mad because he's an amazing player, and like it can be hard when you make mistakes. But Renai really gives him a. I mean, it's the same idea, really, but
same idea of requiring the S.
Yeah.
Some vowels. Oh, he for inquires.
Okay.
Might have a game depending on what Mohammad.
This is getting fun now. Yeah, I wonder if
I mean, when I saw Renai, I was thinking of a possibility of drawing something for Inquirers, but
yeah.
Playing Yen.
Oh my! Wait. So if Mohammad bingo's here, oh my goodness. Do you see what happens if Mohammad bingo's here?
Oh, you mean?
Yes. Oh my goodness, this could be insane if he finds Calliope.
Calliope the only one?
I don't know. That's what I've seen so far.
Yeah. Hoping that, I don't know, maybe is it something to the R? Apparently not.
I mean, there's
Yeah, the B might be one.
the resplice, pickerel, like resplice, pre-slice, and eclipser. I don't think any of those play. And
Nothing
I'm
with
sure
a
there's
B.
something else. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
So just playing zip. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh, poor Geoff. Oh, that is.
Kind of need to play Callipy. I also may not. Personally I may not do that.
Yeah, it's fair. But it's definitely frustrating to have him play Zip.
It's not as good for the commentary, definitely.
Yeah. It just, in Geoff's shoes, it's like, he just also blocked the bingo.
Makes sense. It's in this kind of board, this kind of situation, especially when you have to see to go there next time anyway.
Yeah.
Probably trying to get something which doesn't open up so much.
Right. It's possible he didn't see it as well. I don't know.
I mean, this strategy can definitely backfire, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hmm. If nothing
Jeff
else,
must be, yeah, Jeff must
yeah.
be spending some time thinking about six-letter plays, any possibility of doing something beneath the P. Don't know whether there are things to play there.
I don't see anything much underneath. I mean, he either, I think maybe just queer. I don't know if you want to blow up the rack with quines or whatever.
Yeah, queer is he should do.
Oh,
He's,
right. That's the word. Okay, I see the appeal of that. It doesn't open anything.
well, that's just scoring mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking the score. Queer, I still like queer in a sense, but I'm straight, but
Yeah.
one more line, one more possibly useful line.
Yeah. Huh. And now Geoff has UUY. At least he'll get, probably a 2 down. There could easily be something I don't know here.
Clear rich. But
Okay. That is a Colin only word that I have not ever seen before. So I can confidently tell you
really?
I can confidently tell you I would have missed that. One day when I've
I
studied
didn't
it.
see
Well, at least
the other word that plays with the R, which is circlage.
Oh wow.
LAGE. That's a word which I learned a while ago, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Gray
a tough
switch.
one.
Yeah, gray switch is. I think it's. I mean, it's a miss, but
yeah, but he's making a mistake with grace. I think the weird thing about the play plays off both the A and the G, or both the A and the C, which is the thing that's going to let him bust the game wide open here.
Yeah.
See what he picks up.
I guess sometimes when you have the blank, it helps. I mean, you don't actually have to go straight away. Sometimes,
Yeah.
there are some situations where it's okay to
Like sip.
and in especially when your opponent's behind and he's gonna there is a risk of the next few turns.
Yeah.
It's one of your 7 tiles, so it's clunking up your rack in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
He might have seen the bingo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be toiled is going down. Blanks an eye.
Well, that'll work out pretty well for Geoff, all things considered here. Getting to, play for 40-something points, keeping his X is not bad. What, 48, I guess?
And the score lines are not that far apart now. I mean, with chins Geoff played earlier, Hardy will put him within striking distance.
Exactly, yeah. Especially because he saves. Yeah, I mean, he's saving the X for next turn. I might take Rhodey.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it does. It sets up the it sets up that extra hotspot, which I'm not sure if really this is when you want to be opening up hotspots if you're Geoff, but
just better leave in general, I think.
yeah, exactly.
He is
Oh no, he's thinking about it. Yeah, I think as he was going to put the like, oh wait, setting up a big play. Um,
Hardy instead. Okay. Well, he doesn't know what Mohammad has, but Mohammad.
I mean, I think the way to look at it here, right, is that Geoff's assuming he's probably going to play off whichever vowel he keeps here next turn anyway. So he really just wants to play whichever word is going to give him the most bingos in the future. So Hardy probably opens up a stronger bingo lane. What? He's okay, playing pretty fast here. And yeah, so I think Geoff has pretty much shown like why it's definitely okay to play Hardy here, picking up the S, setting up. Now he's got a great line. He's almost back to even here. I mean, I think after this play, even though he's going to be down 30, he's I don't know. He's certainly
he's
not
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of awkward tiles for.
Right.
He's probably going to be thinking of using the V to. I mean, the space a bit.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at Geoff picked up a perfect rack. So.
Well, for me, probably just playing wife to the E of Grace.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think you have to recognize, that like you don't have a big lead. You need to score points. You can't play defense here. I mean, unless you could play something that blocked both the Hardy lane and the loud hook, and maybe just leave off because you save a T. Otherwise, you gotta go for points here.
Actually, this is a play that I would play very quickly. If I were in Mohammed's shoes.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like we put those tiles aside. I have to imagine he's gonna see the play.
But it's this kind of plays that sort of make you uncomfortable as well, because a little, and
Yeah. You were kind of changing your strategy all of a sudden, right? He's been pretty committed to kind of keep close the last few turns, and now you're like, I'd actually open, and that can be hard to like adjust your game like that. Oh, see, he's thinking about playing Vug, and at some point, I think you have to recognize, like, you know, you're not guaranteed to win anymore. Well, I mean, yeah. So, it's still going to be a close game. Granted, it's by no means is the game over. He is at least keeping a pretty solid lead.
he sees is that there's probably still potential to score the W and the K. I mean, and that line, that the E line is still, and he may not expect it.
Yeah. And he's saving Kin at the bottom left too for like 32 or something. Yeah, 32. So it's not like he's saving nothing. So I mean, I understand that he's trying to stick to a consistent strategy. There's no guarantee that Geoff has a great rack. This is definitely a situation where it's easy to, like, because we're the commentators, to know that he might want to abandon ship and start going for some more points.
Maybe we do have the bias of seeing both racks.
Right, exactly. This might be one of those situations.
Yeah. Situations where I've played a move like wife, and yeah, I mean, because someone has played a bingo through the W and
right.
somewhere else, yeah. So yeah, I suppose the question is which bingo is the best for.
I mean, yeah, he's right in that Arsenal doesn't open too much in terms of the comebacks. It does open a couple vowels next to hotspots, but better than throwing the S out at the end there. Ooh, not a bad draw for Mohammad there. He's got Kana's, I'm assuming, spelled out for 37 or so. I mean, Geoff's still probably, after the bingo and Mohammad's next turn, Geoff's still going to be down a tempo, so he's going to need a pretty good pick. Yes, it's kind of a strange situation for Geoff, because I think he knows that bingoing really doesn't put him up by much. So I think he has to kind of consider if there's something else he can do. So, go for a bigger bingo in the future. I mean, I don't know. I think you don't necessarily want to play super quick here if you're Geoff. He does have some time. But I suspect he's probably going to go back to his original play, which is what he's spelled out again.
Fishing options are not that ideal either.
Yeah. Well, that gives Mohammad a colossal comeback. So it's really, I think a lot of this is going to come down to what Geoff draws. But, Awake scores a lot. He's got Kana spelled out in the bottom left.
Well, Awake gives back something, so
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
yeah, it depends on whether Geoff picks up. Now, yeah, there are 3 unseen.
Yeah.
So probably play as a 2-tile play.
If he plays Waka, it's going to be a close game for sure.
Well, I think if he plays Waka, it's I mean, if it's 3, just 3 in the bag, probably he's going to come back and win.
Well, it'll depend. It'll depend what he draws, right? Or oh no, we know what he's going to draw. We see all the tiles. I'm good at logic. Just gonna DF. Oh, he's gonna get DFS, right?
Yeah, DFS. Okay, which because Geoff has cowed on top, which
Right,
whether I would play Waka in this situation.
Right, but now that gives him, he's gonna have Fist and Scout back, which scores quite a bit.
I mean, something like Whited.
Yeah.
This is kind of blowing it open. A bit too much for me. I think I probably would have just played 2 tiles in this situation.
Yeah. I mean, you can play 2 or 3 in the bottom left. Not, I mean, Kana's empties the bag, but it scores 37. Doesn't open much.
When something like Kin, not a nice lead. Not a
right.
perfect.
Yeah, he still has Kin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, just playing really fast. And I wonder is like just don't want to play too fast here if you're either of them. I feel like Mohammad could have spent a bit more time on that play. He certainly has it.
Cowing this play. There are quite a few possibilities as long as I suppose you block Fisted.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like all of putting the D there seems to block pretty much all of Mohammad's big F plays. If anyone has Quackle running and wants to figure out if Cout is actually a loser here, it's probably close, but 10 in the bottom left might be enough. So there's a suggestion of ECOD in the stream. I'm not sure if that's a Quackle sim or not, but it does.
Gives an out.
Yeah,
Does it?
I mean, see, it saves the out on the left. And Twire in the top left, yeah. So that probably wins easily. I mean, it neutralizes the F spot. It does like everything. Oh, nice. He's got it spelled out.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it's like a nice spot from Geoff. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Props to Geoff for after Henning really settling down and making a series of nice plays to, especially this one right here, to presumably take the win after being down well over 100, I'd say, or I don't know, 120 or something.
Yeah. Definitely, Waka was. I think he could have increased his chances quite a lot more by playing something else.
Oh, Mohammad.
I mean, no, I mean, I really didn't like Waka.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
I think Mohammad had quite a solid chance if 2 tiles.
Yeah, and he had time too, right? Like if you have 9 minutes and your opponent's at 4.5, may as well.
I mean, yeah, with 4.5, you can find a decent outlet too. I think definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Geoff at all. So I would.
Yeah, so I would use the time in Mohammed's case. Like you can go ahead and find, you should be able to find enough situations where you lose after Waka that you go for something else.
I mean, sometimes even counted the number of tiles in the bag. Yeah, but sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
You play and then you're like, oh, that's the last tile. What's for dinner tonight?
Oh, I am not entirely sure yet. I've been wandering around with my dad all day, and we had a late, so I think we're gonna go for something pretty low key tonight. Maybe a po' boy or something.
Oh, okay.
But this is truly one of the best tournaments in the world for food, up there with, I don't know, probably King's Cup and the tournament that we were just at in Penang.
Yeah, it's. I mean, New Orleans definitely on my bucket list. So hopefully soon.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Before I quit Scrabble.
Oh no, don't do that. says someone who has quit Scrabble off and on, I don't know how many times now.
You're in New Orleans and you're not actually playing the tournament.
My fourth year in a row doing that.
Oh.
Right. This is vacation for me, so I don't want to stay out late, and then have to wake up early and play Scrabble. I just want to wake up and eat food.
Yeah, I always thought it was amazing how so many of the players there can do that. I mean,
I will say that people are not always at their best. I think over time, since this is the 8th year that many of us have been here in a row, the first couple years were pretty rough in terms of some of our abilities to play the next morning. But I think people have maybe in general learned with time. But
yeah,
but
I don't know. I saw that weekend has been winning the quite a few times, and maybe he's used to it, or does he just not?
Yeah, Dave he's a beast. He I don't know how that guy parties as much as he does at New Orleans, and still seems to win all the time. So what is he gonna play? He has EST in his hand. I was just assuming he was gonna play something like Fit or something on the left.
Well, I suppose there's 2 spots to go out.
Yeah, he's got the 2 spots. I just don't know what he's thinking of playing.
Oh yeah, yes, Flyer.
Yeah. I guess it must be just barely enough to win.
Yeah.
He's up.
One possibility is that you think that he doesn't see there, and then you block the.
I mean, I would. Yeah. I would assume playing FETE is best. I mean,
Yeah.
at least force him to see Twire. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe he like has the score wrong or something, and he's like, "Oh crap, I can't play Twire because I'll lose" or something. But so it's a
assuming
non-starter
the
at this
worst
point.
kind of Scrabble mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, like give yourself a chance. Yeah. I think in this situation, he hasn't really given himself even the most unlikely of chances. But he mistracked. It looks like, judging by his facial expression. Yeah. Maybe he didn't think Geoff had an outplay, because he definitely doesn't look super thrilled. So with that outplay of 21, it'll bring it to a tie, and with the 14 points on Mohammed's rack, Geoff will win by just that. So that brings Geoff up to 6-2. We see if we take a look at the scoreboard, if that influences anything. I mean, y'all could probably look just as quickly as me. It doesn't really look like round. Oh wait, I have to hit the refresh button. It'll depend on. Yeah, okay. So Nathan and Pete are playing each other in the last round. So one of them will be 7-1, unless.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan
won. Okay, so.
Yeah, so. Seen Nathan play in a long time.
Yeah,
I actually met him. The first time I met him was actually in the Philippines.
Oh wow! What tournament?
I have no idea. I have no idea what he was there for, but World Youth side tournament.
Oh, and he was just
side tournament.
Oh, he was just there.
Yeah, I think so. And Howard won.
Huh.
But I just remember have a memory of playing clabbers with the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've played clabbers with Nathan on ISC since I was a kid. I think the first game is 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. But it's great to see Nathan back. He was gone for quite a few years, and one of the best players I grew up playing against.
Yeah, I mean, definitely think he was very strong.
Yeah,
and I think he was on stream earlier as well, right? And he did play Accumulate, I think, with 2Us and beat Wicked.
Yeah, I had been watching with Dad on TVs outside, and I was like, play Accumulate, and then he put it on his rack, and then he got rid of it, and then finally he played it, and I was like, oh, good. That also means you were awake even earlier than this.
About 1 hour before I had to go on stream. I mean, just to make sure that my
that's fair.
Setup is fine.
Yeah. Well,
I may go back to sleep for another 2 hours.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't blame you, because it's still Sunday. So that's it for today. And there are going to be 8 more games tomorrow. I think it's Will and Wild Morris doing some TWL in the morning, and then some Collins in the afternoon. I want to say Kenshi and Eldar maybe at some point.
I think so. Probably that's towards the end of the tournament.
Yeah. That way,
So end of the second day.
yeah, that way David can be awake. Or is he still? He's still in Australia, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. Conrad here with Wavin. We are many miles away from each other, but we've enjoyed commentating the last 2 rounds. So see you all tomorrow around 10 a.m. for I think 4 TWL games and 4 CSW games in the afternoon.